Hello everyone, welcome back to FPL STAR. Today I'm gonna discuss about FPL popular buy-sell comparison and ranking of player based on their performance for Game Week 28. Before starting, if you are new in this channel, please subscribe this channel. Now let's start. I think the best buy for Game Week 28 is Watkins from Aston Villa, and he has Bournemouth home in Game Week 28 and also got double Game Week in 29, and they have Chelsea away and Leicester away. To away fixture is hard, but I still think that Watkins is the number one target for Game Week 28 because he has got Nottingham Forest also in Game Week 30 and Bournemouth in Game Week 28, and he's now in insane form. In the last 5 matches he scored 4 goals and his point per match ratio is 6.6 and his goal difference ratio is 0.64. That means he is in good form and also got favorable fixture and double game. So that means that's why he is essential for Game Week 28. The second player I think is essential for Game Week 28 is Trippier. Though his performance got well in recently, Newcastle conceded a lot of goals in 5 matches. They cannot make any clean sheet, but Newcastle are very good defensive side. They are now struggling, but I think they will improve as their fixture is improving. In Game Week 28, he has Nottingham Forest away, and if you look at Trippier performance, he always gives attacking return as well as defensive point of view point because he is very attacking. Also take the set piece like corner and free kick. So I think if you are going for a defender in Game Week 28, and it should be Trippier if you don't have him, and I think most of FPL managers have Trippier in their team. So if you don't have Trippier, then it's an essential move for Game Week 28. But I think Watkins is the one you should go for because Watkins should keep more points than Trippier in Game Week 28 and further future game week. Now move on to the third and fourth option for Game Week 28, and third option is Ben Chilwell, and he is now playing as a left wing back for Chelsea, playing very well, very attacking, and when he play as a Chelsea wing back system, I think Chilwell is a nailed player for Chelsea, and he taking the set piece like corner, free kick, and also very good in goal threat. If you look at his goal threat is 0.17, which is lower than Trippier, but if you look at Chelsea's form and also the fixture like Everton home, Aston Villa home, and Wolves away is 3 favorable fixture for Chilwell, and I think as they are now playing in 3 in the back, so that's why Chilwell is a very nice option, but he has slight rotation risk because of Cucurella, and he might be rested in some game, and that's why he is in the third and behind Trippier, but I think he is still very good option. Now move on to the fourth one, and it's Madison, and it's a midfielder transfer. If you are thinking of midfield transfer in Game Week 28, I think Madison is the one you should go for. In last four matches, he scored 1 goal and provided 1 assist, and if you look at his goal difference is 0.58, which means it's average, but I think Madison is good for Game Week 28 because he has got very good double game week fixture. Crystal Palace away and Aston Villa home in Game Week 29, and Game Week 30 has Bournemouth home, and he is very much creative. If you look at his performance recently, he created a lot of chance, but Leicester attacker like Iheanacho and Vardy misses some of their chance, so that's why he doesn't give any return like a mega return. But I still think that he has the capability to give a mega return for recent for future game weeks, so that's why I think he's a good transfer for Game Week 28. And if you are thinking of making a midfielder transfer, then Madison should be the one. Now move on to the fifth and sixth option is Ivan Toney. He has got double game week fixture in Game Week 29, but it's 2 away fixture, and in Game Week 28 is Leicester home. It's an easy fixture, and Newcastle home in Game Week 30 is hard. So I think he is now not as much attractive as Watkins because Watkins has favorable fixture, and those two have a similar fixture. But I still think that now as a forward you should go for Watkins first, and then I think the second option is Toney because he has got also a ban in Game Week 28 if he ban future, because he has got 8 yellow cards, so if he got pick 2 yellow cards then he will be banned. But in Game Week 28 and 29 I think it will not happen, and he has also got some ban issue for his gambling issue, so that's why he is in the fifth. And the sixth one is Harry Kane. He doesn't have any double game week fixture, but I still think that he's a very good transfer, and as he has no double game fixture, and that's why he's in the optional category. But he's the first optional player for Game Week 28 because he's in insane form, so he can obviously score goal. He's the main goal threat for Tottenham. So that's why I think if you're going for a player who doesn't have double game week in 29, and it should be Watkins. Now move on to the game week 28, 7th and 8th position. The 7th one is Martinelli. He is in insane form right now. In last 5 matches he scored 5 goals, got 42 points, and his goal ratio is 0.77, which is amazing. But he has got rotation risk as Gabriel Jesus is now fit, so there might be some minute transfer for Trossard and Martinelli. They might share some minute. Also Gabriel just reduce Martinelli minutes, and that's why he is in the optional category. But I think he's a nice option for short term, because in game 28 Crystal Palace home, he is I think he has a very good captaincy shout also, so that's why he's in optional category. The 8th one is Almiron, though he has got fixture in double game week in game week 29 and got game 28 fixer, but I still think that he's not an OD player to transfer him in. If you look at his goal rate, is 0.18, which is for a midfielder is quite low. Look at Martinelli is 0.77, and other midfielder like Madison 0.58, which is much higher than Almiron 0.18, and that's why I think he's in the optional category, and he's not as priority as like Martinelli or Madison, so he's in 8th category. Now move on to the last two, and the 9th one is Son, and I think you should ignore this kind of strategy, because he is 11.6 and very high value, but if you look at his goal ratio is 0.37, and Son is not performing well this season, so he doesn't got double game. If you go for a Tottenham attacker, you should go for Kane, but I don't think that Son is a nice option, and that's why he's ignored. But if you are activating free hit in game 28, he's a good option in that. But generally transfer, you should ignore this kind of transfer. And that number 10 is Havertz. The only positive thing is Havertz about is he got a penalty in his belt, but other than I think Havertz are not a very good option, because Chelsea score a very less goals, so their attacker are not as attractive as other team like Tottenham or City, Arsenal. So that's why you should avoid Chelsea attacker, and that's why you should ignore I think Havertz. But he can obviously return some point as he has got double game week and also fixture in game 28, but Chelsea score very less, so that's why he is in ignore. And I prefer Son over Havertz, because Son has high potential to keep point than Havertz. Now move on to the sell category, and first player you should sell from your team is Mahrez. If you have Mahrez, you need to sell him, because in last 5 matches he only played 2 matches and got 3 points just, and 1.5 point per match is not a very good thing for Mahrez, and he has got blank in game week 28 and also got single fixture in game week 29, which is Liverpool home, which is hard because Anfield Liverpool playing very well, so that's why I think you should sell Mahrez. The second one is Kevin De Bruyne. He has got similar issue like rotation risk, but the things about Kevin De Bruyne is better than Mahrez, because Mahrez are not starting, but Kevin De Bruyne playing some match or bench some match, so that's why he's in the second. But I still think that it's essential to sell Kevin De Bruyne, because he has got blank and game week 28 and also got single fix in game week 29. Also I think in the midfield category you can go for Salah, and in premium category you can go for Kane, Haaland. That's why I think you should sell Kevin De Bruyne for your team, and it's an essential sale. Now move on to the third and fourth sale, and it's Haaland, and it's a surprising one, but I don't think that it's an essential sale. It's a good sale for game week 28, because in last match in Champions League against RB Leipzig, Haaland scored 5 goals, which is insane, and he has got blank fixture in 28, and in game week 29 he has Liverpool home, so it might be hard for Haaland to score goal. So you might go for Watkins, and if you go for Watkins, then it's a good transfer. So that's why I think Haaland is a good sell. But there is still thing that you should consider about Haaland, that he can even score 1 or 2, 3 goals for Liverpool against Liverpool. So he's a good transfer, but I don't think it's a essential sale. Now move on to the fourth one, and the fourth one is Alexander-Arnold, and I think it's a good sell, because though he has got double game in 29, but if you look at the fixture, it's Manchester City away, Chelsea away. I don't think that Liverpool, this defense, will maintain clean sheet against this opponent, and in game 30 they have Arsenal home, and that's why you need to sell Alexander-Arnold. Though he is very attacking, his underlying number in attacking sense like 0.24 is good for a defender, but for his fixture and Liverpool defense are so bad, and that's why he's good sell for game 28. But I think if you are having Haaland, then you should sell Haaland first, then Alexander-Arnold, because as Alexander-Arnold form are not good, but still he has got double game, so that's why you should consider. The fifth and sixth one is Gakpo. and I think Gakpo is a good transfer, good sell, because if you look at Gakpo's performance, he playing as a striker for Liverpool, but sometimes rotating for Jota or Firmino. So there is a rotation risk. Also, they have got blank gaming in 28, and you need to sell some player from your team who has blank in game 28 to fill up 11 player or 10 player in game 28. So you might sell Gakpo, and I think it's a good sell. If you look at his underlying number, 0.31 is not so good, and that's why he is a good sell. The 6-1 is Darwin, and I prefer sell Gakpo over Darwin, because if you look at Gakpo's underlying number is 0.31, where Darwin has 0.57, which is better than Gakpo, and Darwin has more effective than Gakpo. So I think there is less rotation risk for Darwin, and that's why he's in the 6th category, but he's also a good sell. Now move on to the 7th and 8th one, and 7th one is Salah, and it's an option because Salah is in insane form. In last match he blanked, but still he got return in recently. He got 2 goals and 2 assists in recent match, and in the last 5 matches he got 3 goals and 3 assists, which is amazing. And if you look at his goal ratio, is 0.85, which is very high, which is higher than Haaland. So that of things to be considered. But Haaland form is now back, so he is better than Salah obviously now. But as a player, Salah is a good option. But as he has got blank in game 28, so you need to sell some player. You might think of selling Salah, and that's why 111k managers selling Salah, and I think it's an optional move. And the 8th one is a March. A lot of managers selling March, but he has got favorable picks in game 29. He has got blank game in 28, so that's why he is in optional category. But if you look at his fixture game 20, it's so good, so he might score there and provide assist. But after that, he has got very hard fixture in game 30 or 31, so that's why he's an optional sale. But obviously you can keep him. The 9th and 10th one is Mitoma, and I think if you have to sell one like March or Mitoma, I think you should sell March now, because if you look at his goal ratio is 0.49, and he only scored 1 goal in last 5 matches, where Mitoma scored 2 goals and also provide 2 assists, and his goal ratio is 0.51, which is higher than March. So that's why I think Mitoma is now better option than March, and that's why he's in optional category. But I think you should sell March first, then you should go for Mitoma. The 10th one is Rashford, and you should ignore this kind of selling, because Rashford is in insane form. Recently he was struggling 1 or 2 matches, but I think he still maintained the form, and that's why you should ignore this kind of sell, because he will hurt you in game 29 if you don't have him. And also got him in game 30. He has Everton home, which is easy fixture. So Manchester United playing very well in home, and that's why you should ignore this kind of selling. And that's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, please like this video, and if you are new in this channel, please subscribe this channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon. Good luck for your team.